Hello, everyone. Welcome to the MedNow pill tracking application presentation. My name is James Demanti. I am an Army veteran. For this project, I was responsible for a lot of the back-end work as far as API calls. We have quite a few in our application, which you'll see in the demonstration here shortly. So we would make some API calls, get a whole lot of data back, and I would cleanse that data, send it to the front end to be consumed by some of the React components.
Hi everyone, my name is Cameron Bell. I was a Marine Corps veteran. For this project, my main contribution was building the login and registering capabilities, and then as well as just a few other smaller components.
Hi, my name's Tiffany Seidel. I'm an Air Force veteran. I helped mostly with project management and collaboration across my team. I also worked on a couple full stack components and the deployment of our app.
Hi everyone, my name's Ray. I'm a Marine spouse. For this project, I'm responsible for the front-end web design and styling. I use the Ant Design library of React to design each page, including both text and images, to make sure that the full layout of the website looks good.
Our primary goal for the MedNow application was to build a modern but simple application to help people track medication intake and the remaining quantity to ensure no missed doses and reduce the risk of forgetting to refill their medication. Some of the key features of the application are the sign up and login, forms to input user medication using the National Institute of Health's API to autocomplete some fields, a list of current medications and time a user is supposed to take them, color-coded dependent on if the dose is missed, and a counter displaying the remaining quantity of medication, also color-coded, this time dependent on the remaining amount. And then finally, informational pages on the possible interaction between drugs and their side effects.
All right, here is the demonstration portion of our MedNow pill tracking application. So we are hosting this inside of a Docker container on an AWS EC2 instance. We have the IP address right up here in the URL bar. We are using Django Rest Framework token-based authentication. So first off, we are at the login screen. As a new user, I don't yet have an account, so I would go to register an account. Let's type in a username. We can use code Platoon. We are going to do codeplatoon@email.com for an email address, and then we will enter a password. Submit the form, and it takes you back to our login screen. So let's enter the username that we have just created and the password, and we are going to log into our application. So a couple things to note here. Top left corner, we have our MedNow logo. This logo appears on all of our pages, and if you click it, it takes you right back to the home screen. We have a health reference tab here, just some standard metrics. Maybe some good pertinent information there. Let's go back to the home screen here. Few things to note. We have these buttons here, and then we also have these. You will notice that they are gray. I will get into that in just a second. So as a new user, I'm at the main dashboard. I need to add a medication. I'm going to start typing the medication's name. As I'm typing it, you will notice that some suggestions come up. So this is our first API call. This will reference the National Institute of Health database. You have some different options. So I am going to enter ibuprofen into this. Have a few different options there. I will choose this one. The strength list, same thing, NIH API call. Just standard strengths here in their database. We will choose this. The dosage amount, how many of the medicine you take at a time. We have a field for notes. You can enter any pertinent or relevant information, something maybe to remind you. So I take this ibuprofen for headaches. We have a calendar that will come up on when you start the medicine. You can go back in time if necessary. You can go forward if you would like to schedule this to begin at a later date. Right now, I would like to choose the today option. Let's choose the refill or the end date for the medicine. So I'm going to take this for 2 weeks. I take the ibuprofen twice per day. And then the time I need to be reminded or when I would like to be scheduled to take this, you can choose now, but I'm going to schedule this for 7 a.m. We have 10 total pills in the container. So I'm going to submit the form. This will automatically redirect you back to our homepage here. You can see on the dashboard that we have the medicine, just some of the information that we entered. We have an option to edit or delete. We also, if you click on the name here, this will redirect you to the details of the medicine. We've got the information that came back from the API call, as well as the information that we entered ourselves. We can go ahead at this time, if necessary, edit this. So let's say I need to take 3 instead of 2. I'm going to submit, and then that is reflected immediately on the details for the medicine. So let's go home. I'm going to log out of this account in the interest of time and log into another account that we have in which I've entered quite a bit more information just to go over some of the other features and functions of the application. So one thing I'm sure you've noticed is those once gray buttons are now red and clickable, right? So these each make a couple API calls. The drug interactions button will make 2 API calls to the National Institute of Health, same API that we used for the search feature, and then the major side effects button makes an API call to the Federal Drug Administration to get some more information. Before we discuss that, let's go to the daily medication tracking list. So as a user, I'm going to log on to this app and I want to see the medicines that I'm scheduled to take for the day. So I go into the tracking list and I notice that these are all red. What that means is that I have not checked the boxes here, so presumably I have not taken the medicines yet. So let's go ahead and check the boxes. It is past the time when I'm scheduled to take it, but I've checked with my medical provider and they've said that this is okay to do. So I've taken all the medicines. As you will notice, the quantity in the remaining medications here has decreased by the amount that we specified. In this case, the dosage amount was 2. So let's go ahead and to display one more function. We're going to take this down to 5. So now we have 5 left in the container. We go home and look at this. It is red, as well as this one. So that means we need to schedule a refill for the medicine. So let's get into the drug interactions. We have a button here which will navigate you to a drug interactions page. Like I said earlier, this will reference the National Institute of Health, take all the medications, and come back with possibly severe, maybe not so much interaction. So that you have the description here, some information for the user, severity ratings, and then at the very bottom here, we do see we have this one is a high severity rating as categorized by the National Institute of Health. Maybe something for the user to watch out for. Let's go back to our home screen. These buttons are gray and not clickable till the data comes back from the API call. So we'll go to the major side effects button, click on that, navigate you to this page, and this just shows some adverse side effects, maybe something to watch out for. So we also wanted to display that to the user just in the interest of well-informed users and safety. So let's go back to the home screen, back to our dashboard, gray buttons, and we're red again. So the last feature of the app, we can log out. This clears the token from the session, and that will be it for our demonstration. demonstration portion of our All right, so we'll get into the tech stack now, what we used for the app.
I'll just briefly touch on the tech stack. For our backend, we used Django's Rest Framework to build our RESTful APIs, with Python being the underlying programming language. Our front end used React, which is a JavaScript library for building user interfaces. We also worked with HTML, JavaScript, and CSS alongside React. For styling of our application, we pulled from both Ant Design and React Bootstrap, which are two popular React user interface libraries. Finally, for our deployment, we used a Docker container on an Amazon Web Services EC2 instance.
Thank you, Tiffany. I will talk about some challenges we faced while working on this project. One of the primary challenges we faced was having a small team with large aspirations. So as a result, the work efficiency and constant communication is extremely important during the whole process. In addition, our original idea of API is a Walgreens API, but that's basically used the whole website, and it adds too much difficulty when we use Walgreens API. So we switched to some other APIs for this project. And the other challenge we encountered involves API calls and cleaning data. When we grab the API online, there's like too much unrelevant data. It may occupy too much storage and also some irrelevant stuff. So it is important for us to clean and trim the data before we really use it. So this involves not only developing a clear understanding of our users' needs, but also creating a more effective data visualization for our website. Our team also faced the difficulty in showing the desired layout and visual effects using different, for users using different devices such as PC, Mac, iPhone, iPad. So it is really important to take it in consideration, like our users may use like different devices. We need to make sure the layout look good for each of them. And lastly, the registration processing time posed a challenge, because we used to have the functionality to have the text message notification for our users. Our teammate tried to apply for that text notification function, but didn't get anything back on time. So this impact on our ability to provide timely and accurate notifications to users. In conclusion, we faced a variety of challenges through our project. The lessons we learned will inform our future work, and we are excited to continue improving our project based on these experiences. Next, please. So now I will discuss some potential future features and recommendations for our project. First of all, we can integrate our system with various pharmacies or electronic medical record software. By doing this, we can enable users to automatically import their current medication and send refill requests directly through our platform. This function will enhance the user experience by streaming the management of their medication, reducing the risk of errors, and saving valuable time for our users. Another features we propose to is the implementation of the text message notification for missed medicine using AWS Lambda and SNS topics. It will keep the users informed and on track with their medication. And lastly, we recommend to incorporate a functionality that allows the system to contact the friends and family of medical users in emergency situation. This feature can serve as an added layer of support and reassurance for users, ensuring that they have a trusted network to rely on. So in conclusion, these future features and recommendations have the potential to significantly enhance our project and provide users with a more comprehensive and user-friendly experience. It will be fulfilled and deployed for our next version in the near future. Thank you. Next, please. So thank you so much for your time for watching this. Thank you for the efforts of all the instructors and TAs of Platoon to be extremely helpful for our team. And if you have any questions, feel free to contact us or ask now. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much, MedNow team. Cool. So there's one question. What did you all learn the most from doing this project?
For me, it's hard to pick one single topic that I learned the most on. I think we all kind of helped out wherever we could throughout the project, so it was just a fire hose of knowledge in so many different things.
Yeah, what I learned most about with this project is the collaboration aspect. A lot of times we would do some group work, but this is probably the first time we've jumped into an application with code from another person, like a substantial amount of code from another person, and being able to work with that and learn how they code and be able to input our own without messing anything up. That was a big learning curve too.
I think for me, what I learned from this project is time management and multitasking and teamwork with my teammates. Because as you all know, I'm driving from Virginia to Alaska during this team project, so I have limited time and internet sometimes. So it is important for me to communicate with the teammates and also finish my work on time. I really appreciate my teammates, and teamwork makes dream work.
Yeah, I think we all learned quite a bit. It was a really great experience. The whole course was a great experience. So we've got the URL down below on this slide for the application. Feel free to go on there, make your own account, see what you like and don't like, and if you feel like you'd want to send us some feedback, then do that as well. So thanks again, everybody.
All right, thank you very much.